The language you use can have a huge impact on other people. This lesson is going to help you lift someone's day and possibly your own by using positive language. These phrases will also help you strengthen relationships too. So let's get started. Offers of help. Can I help? You must have heard this one many times, but it's all in the intonation. Can I help? Listen to my positive intonation when I see an old lady crossing the road with heavy shopping bags. Can I help? Notice the genuine concern here. She might reply, "Oh, thank you, dear. I'm not as young as I used to be." Then just to cheer her up with a big smile, say, "Keep your chin up." Notice you becomes y, like this. Keep your chin up. And notice how the intonation rises on the word up. This idiom means to stay strong and positive despite a difficult situation. You could actually make it shorter and just say, chin up. But if you do, make sure you link from n in chin to the following u in up, like this. Chin up. I guarantee you'll get a smile back. Phrases to show understanding. Okay, so this person has a problem and you want to show that you care. I completely understand. Or, I completely understand how you feel. Notice the intonation on the word completely. I completely understand. I completely understand how you feel. Did you notice how it came down on the end of the sentence? I completely understand how you feel. Feel. Or, this one, that must be hard for you. Again, it's all in the intonation. Listen. That must be hard for you. Then you might say this to cheer her up. Every cloud has a silver lining. This means that every sad or unpleasant situation can have a positive side to it too. Copy me with a linking between the S in has and the word a. Every cloud has a silver lining. It's a bit difficult, isn't it? Because you've got has a silver lining. So has becomes a z. Every cloud has a silver lining. Phrases expressing condolences. Perhaps someone has just told you a close friend or relative has died. Now, this is a very tricky one, and you really don't want to get this one wrong because the other person will be very sensitive to what you say and how you say it. Listen to this. I'm terribly sorry to hear that. Notice the intonation on terribly. I'm terribly sorry to hear that. I'm terribly sorry to hear that. Or you can just say this one instead. I'm so sorry to hear that. It's much easier to say so instead of terribly. I'm so sorry to hear that. Simple. Now, at this point, there might be an awkward period of silence. It's a very tense moment. What can you say? Listen to this. Is there anything I can do to help? This is a really caring phrase and will show that you care. A popular refusal of help might be, no, but thanks for asking. Notice the linking here. For becomes fur, with a linking R to R in asking. Copy me. No, but thanks for asking. For asking. Phrases for asking for information. Now, you may be speaking to someone you don't know, but you've been getting on really well and you'd like to get to know them a bit better. However, you don't know their name. Listen to this. I'm sorry I didn't catch your name. Did you hear the intonation? Listen again. I'm sorry I didn't catch your name. The intonation slowly rises, but the words are spoken quite quickly. The quicker the better. It avoids embarrassment, because you might be embarrassed that you just don't know the person's name. Now, you might get a reply like this. I didn't give it to you. In which case, just laugh and treat the comment like it's water off a duck's back. When someone says it's like water off a duck's back, they mean that the negative comments or actions directed towards someone have no apparent effect on them, just as water doesn't soak into a duck, but simply rolls off. Next one. Phone a friend phrases. Now, there may be a situation when you want to seek someone else's opinion about your friend's problem. So you could say this. Do you mind if I mention this to Sue? I'm sure she could help. Notice how do you becomes Dieu. Do you mind if I? Notice the linking between mind if I. Do you mind if I? Do you mind if I mention this to Sue? I'm sure she could help. Sure, she. Sure, she. Copy me. Sure, she. Now, I'm sure she could help. Do you mind if I mention this to Sue? I'm sure she could help. Then you could say something nice about Sue like this. She's absolutely brilliant. Okay, so link between the last S in she's and the a in absolutely. Say, she's absolutely. She's absolutely. Now say, brilliant. Notice how the intonation rose on brill and fell on lieunt. She's absolutely brilliant. Now, here's the same situation as before, but it's less sensitive and more fun. Someone has asked you for your opinion or your advice, but you don't know the answer. I don't know, maybe they've asked you if you know someone that can help them with their plumbing or their decorating. They want someone to paint a room. Now, just listen. I can't help you, but I know a man who can. Now that's positive. Listen to the stress and rhythm. I can't help you, but... Notice how but is reduced to but. I can't help you, but... I know a man who can. But I know a man who can. Notice the linking from but to following I, and the stress on know, man, and can. Listen. I can't help you, but I know a man who can. Your turn. I can't help you, but I know a man who can. 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 Can you hear it? Can. Next one. Phrases for checking information. Now, in this situation, you might be so surprised by what you hear, you think you've misheard. And you need this person to repeat what he or she has just said. But you must be sensitive. You don't just say, "What? I do not believe it." No. You say, "I'm sorry." Notice the confused look. Intonation goes down on so and up on re. I'm sorry. Sorry. Now this. Did you just say what I thought you did? Okay, let's start with the first three words. Did you just becomes did you just. Did you. Did you just. Now, let's say it all together. Did you just say what I thought you did? So intonation goes up on the stress word thought, and then down on you, and then up on did at the end. Thought you did. Thought you did. Let's do it all together. Did you just say what I thought you did? Now, then, if it's good news, you could say this. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. With the intonation coming down at the end. But it goes up on the tas. That's fantastic. And then, of course, you could add this. You're second to none. Now, this idiom means whatever you're talking about, a person or perhaps someone's homemade pasta, you think that they are, or it, is the best. There's nothing better. It's a great compliment. Again? Okay, you just want me to say it to you, don't you? Okay, you're second to none. Right, phrases for being helpful. Your friend has just told you that she hasn't got time to do something. So what do you say? I'll do it. Notice the w linking between do and it. I'll do it. Then add, it's no problem. Notice the intonation for problem. There are 2 syllables and the intonation is interchangeable. You can say, it's no problem, or it's no problem, it's no problem. It's up to you. Then she might pay you a compliment back and say, you're a star. Notice the linking R from re or r in your to the word a. You're a star. Next one. Asking for more details. Now this might be a situation when you must tread lightly. Oh, by the way, to tread lightly is an idiom to proceed with caution. The other person finds it difficult to open up to you and tell you more. But of course, you want to know a bit more. Try this one. Do you think you could tell me a bit more? Do you think you could? Notice the 2 words, do you? They become j. Also, the whole sentence is on the same level of intonation except for the words think and more. Do you think you could tell me a bit more? Listen. Do you think you could tell me a bit more? Or say this, but it is less sensitive. What else happened? The linking here is between what and else, with the stress on else. What else? What else? What else happened? Remember, show concern. What else happened? Of course, a very British way to make any bad situation good is to say this at the end of a hard day or a tough ordeal. Fancy a cuppa? Fancy a cuppa? That's going to make anyone's day. So, next one. How to end a conversation on a positive note. If you're with a friend, you might say, it was lovely to see you. You've made my day. Say lovely. It's a very common word in British English. It was lovely to see you. Now say, you've made my day, with the stress on made. You've made my day, meaning this person has really cheered you up. All together, it was lovely to see you. You've made my day. Well, I hope I've made your day and you've learnt a few things in this video today. For more practice, just go here. Until next time, love and peace.